If you were to ask me about Daedalus, it was one of my favorite cards growing up playing the World Championship 2007 and 2008 game, just playing Umi Control with Tornado Wall, Legendary Ocean, and being able to summon out level 5 water monsters as level 4 and having their attacks buffed. And tonight in Beyond the Brave, we have a brand new retrained deck for Daedalus itself, and it expands upon Umi Control more. So let's take a look at these cards and let's talk about them. First up, we have Atlantis Dragon Lord Daedalus. It's a level 7 water sea serpent effect monster with 2600 attack and 1500 defense, and you can only use this card's name's first and third effect once per turn each. If you control Atlantis, the Dragon City, or Umi, you could special summon this card from your hand, and this card becomes Umi while in the monster zone. You could send up to 3 face-up Umi cards you control to the graveyard, add an equal number of cards that mention Atlantis, the Dragon City, from your deck to your hand, except level 7 monsters. Then you could send 1 card on the field to the graveyard. So being able to send Umis from your field to the graveyard is really good because it allows you to recycle your field spell, which is the Atlantis, the Dragon City, or Umi itself. And realistically, that's going to be one of the things that you want to keep going for this new wave of support. After that, we have General of Atlantis, a level 5 water sea serpent effect monster with 2100 attack and 1400 defense. And you can only use this card's name's first and third effect once per turn each. You can discard this card to add 1 spell and trap card that mentions Atlantis, the Dragon City, from your deck to your hand. This card's name becomes Umi while in the monster zone, and if this card is in your graveyard and you control Umi, you could special summon this card. Free revival of a 2100 beat stick is really good, and being able to add any spell or trap card that mentions your field spell or the field spell itself is absolutely amazing. Next up, we have Monstrous Arms of Atlantis. It's a level 4 water sea serpent effect monster with 1500 attack and 1200 defense, and man, Neptibus, the Atlantean Prince, is going to be a great starter for this deck. You can only use this card's name's first and third effect once per turn each, and if this card is normal or special summon, you could target 1 monster in your graveyard that mentions Atlantis, the Dragon City, special summon it in defense position, and this card's name becomes Umi while in the monster zone. And when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can banish this card from your field or graveyard and send 1 Umi you control to the graveyard, negate that activation. Overall, it's really good being able to revive any of your monsters from your graveyard that mentions Atlantis, the Dragon City, and honestly, they're there for more link fodder, Exceed summoning, or just synchro plays if they ever get a tuner in the future. Now, after that, we have Fiendish Vortex of Atlantis, a level 4 water sea serpent effect monster with 1400 attack and 1800 defense. And like the previous ones, you can only use this card's name's first and third effect once per turn each. Now, if this card is normal or special summon, you can send 1 card that mentions Atlantis, the Dragon City, from your deck to the graveyard, except another copy of itself, and this card's name becomes Umi while in the monster zone. And if this card is sent to the graveyard and you control Umi, you can special summon 1 water monster from your hand, which is really good for getting out your higher level monsters from your hand that you search off your brand new Daedalus. And this being able to send the brand new Atlantis is really good because you could summon it back since you do control an Umi thanks to her second effect, and then you have just additional link material there. Now, one of the things I do wish on General of Atlantis is I wish that you could send it from the field to the graveyard as well, but just discarding it from the hand is perfectly fine. Next up, we have the Blue Ocean Dragon Lord Neo Daedalus Rage. It is a Link 4 Water Sea Serpent Link effect monster with 2900 attack, and it points on top, bottom left, bottom right, and bottom, and it takes 4 total monsters. Now, if this card is link summoned, you could special summon up to 3 monsters that mention Atlantis, Dragon City, from your graveyard to the zones this card points to. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn. This card's name becomes Umi while in the monster zone, and once per turn, quick effect, you can send 1 face of Umi you control to the graveyard. Send all cards on the field to the graveyard except Umi. A board wipe is a board wipe, but it ignores all Umis that are on the field, which is all your monsters here, and your other link monster here as well, and itself. So everything that's Umi does not leave the field. So literally, it's one of the best board wipes in the whole entire game. Next up, we have the Levia Dragoon Daedalus. It's a Link 3 Water Sea Serpent Link effect monster with 2600 attack that points bottom, bottom right, and bottom left. And it takes 3 water monsters, and you can only use this card's name's first and third effect once per turn. If this card is link summoned, you can special summon 1 monster that mentions Atlantis, the Dragon City, from your deck This card's name becomes Umi while it's in the monster zone, and during the main phase, quick effect, you can send one face-up Umi you control to the graveyard. Your opponent discards their whole entire hand, and if they do, they draw the same number of cards. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. So no Ash Blossom, nothing to stop it, and they're just going to lose out on their whole entire hand, which is absolutely insane. And honestly, just being able to summon something like your Vortex or the monstrous arms from your deck is really, really good. Then after that, we have the Atlantis, the Dragon City, the main field spell card of the deck, and you can only use the third effect of this card's name once per turn. Now, the levels of all monsters in both players' hands and fields are decreased by 1 while you control a monster that mentions Atlantis, the Dragon City. This will mess around with cool tunes, and it messes around with a lot of XE to focus decks like Ryzeal and even Onomat. So this could be a direct counter to this. And the second effect is you can link summon dataless monsters with 1 less material, reduce the number of materials listed for the link summon of all dataless monsters by 1. So this means your 4 material link 4 and your 3 material link 3 can be summoned with 2 material or even the 3 materials. So it skirts around that a little bit, and I definitely think that's really useful, especially for a format monster. So all the monsters you're going to use for it are going to be summoned back to the field, which is really, really great. Now, after that, you have the third effect of it. This card is in your graveyard, and you control Umi. You can place this card face up on the field. So this is one of the things that you could do with the deck. You could send the field spell off of this, which is completely crazy because it mentions it. I believe that's how it works. And then you just get to place it. And I think that's how it works. But it could be the Dark Magician thing where it doesn't mention it at all. But I feel like that you could send it off of Vortex. So that's a really good tech. Either way, you're going to be searching it out with your General of Atlantis if you really need to. And honestly, that's a really powerful field spell for the deck. Then we have the normal spell card, Atlantis Call. It's a normal spell card, and you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. It adds a monster that mentions Atlantis, the Dragon City, from your deck to your hand. Then if you control Atlantis, the Dragon City, you can negate the effects of 1 effect monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. Now, if you control Umi, you can banish this card from your graveyard. All water monsters you control currently gain 500 attack and defense. This is actually a really good rota for the deck, and I definitely think the additional negation wasn't needed, but it is there for a reason. Now, this definitely helps out Umi Stun a lot because all the cards become Umi, all the monsters, so it works with Ryokishin, the Retrain. Doom Kraken is a great hand trap for the deck, and also the Electric Jellyfish too, so I would definitely recommend picking those cards up. But let's get into another card. We have Atlantis Advent being your continuous spell, and you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. This card's name becomes Umi while on the field. During your main phase, you could place 1 Atlantis, the Dragon City, or Umi from your deck face up to your field zone, and if this card sends to the graveyard, you can add 1 level 7 Sea Surfer monster from your deck to your hand. I think that's supposed to be second and third effect, so realistically, being able to place the field spell or Umi from your deck to your field zone is really good, and just being able to add a level 7 Sea Serpent is also really good. And finally, we have the brand new dataless Maelstrom, or Maelstorm. It's a continuous trap card, and you can only use 1 of the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn, and only once that turn. When your opponent would normal or special summon a monsters while you control an Atlantis, the Dragon City, negate the summon, and if you do, destroy that monster. Then if you control a water link monster, you could destroy all non-water monsters on the field. You could banish this card from your graveyard and send 1 face-up Umi you control to the graveyard, then target 1 monster your opponent controls, send it to the graveyard. So being a torrential tribute against everything but water is absolutely broken, and this really etches in more and more that Umi control is a really powerful deck. And especially with this new support, it gains additional consistency, and I could see players use this with Sea Stealth Attack and all the other cards that were in Duels from the Deep. So they gave a reason for players to go back and go after those cards. But they could be reprinted coming soon in the future, so be wary of that. But we have one more card to look at, and that happens to be Fish Sonar. This card has one of the best alternate arts that they've given or gave a card so far from these alternate arts, and I really love it. I would really love to get a few copies of this just to play this deck because I've always loved Umi and definitely going to be looking out for this in the future. But tell me what you guys think about the new Umi support, the brand new Atlantis, the Dragon City, and all of that. But anyways, I've been BoltSpider. See you guys in the next video, and goodbye. Thank you all for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, hit that like button down below, and if you want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button, and make sure to hit the bell to get notified whenever I upload. I would also like to thank FGH for supporting the channel through the channel memberships, as it's only 99 cents a month, and you can also join my Discord server, which is down in the description of every video that I post. But anyways, I'll see you all in the next video, and goodbye.